In today's day and age, arguments, disagreements, and petty jealousies among people are common, and comedians are no different. Last week, Rickey Smiley would go online and reveal to fans that he's patched up things with fellow comedian Arnez after going more than 20 years without speaking to one another. This will come as a surprise to everyone, as many didn't know the two were beefing in the first place. The two were on the same flight when Smiley recognized Arnez, and the two caught up with one another. Smiley will also explain how he's let previous beefs in the past affect him throughout his career. In the video, Smiley would say, it takes a man to admit when he's wrong, to accept responsibility for his actions without justification. Today, we have our comedy hype analyst, Capone, as well as Pierre, calling in to give their thoughts and reactions. But first, let's take a look at this clip.
I quietly had this 23 or more years quiet beef with Arnez, comedian Arnez. Just petty, ego. So I'm on the plane, and I get to my seat. So he was in the seat in front of me, and somehow it was a mix up on the seat, and he ended up sitting next to me. So I said, "What up, Arnez?" He looked at me. He said, "Who are you?" I pulled my mask down. I said, "It's Rickey," and we both started laughing. He lost his parents. He lost 2 siblings. We went through all of that shit. We laughed. We hugged several times. We cried. He cried. I cried. Man, God bless you, man. God bless your family. Thank you, God, for an opportunity to reconnect and get something right, to right a wrong. And if I can right every wrong, I will. I just want to let people know, man, all comedians, we go through stuff, and a lot of us go through stuff. But also, a lot of us just kind of handle it the right way. And if we can talk about the bad, we damn sure can talk about the good. I'm really proud that I was able to reconnect with a friend. I'm celebrating right now. So I'll go to bed with a peace of mind. I don't know what tomorrow might bring. I don't know if God will let me live to see tomorrow. But I thank him for the day, and I thank him for the opportunity.
Now, Pierre, I know that's a good friend of yours, Rickey Smiley. So I want to know, what was your reaction when you saw that? And did you know of the beef between Arnez and Rickey Smiley?
I actually didn't know the beef between them two, but I'm proud of Rickey for coming out and speaking on it like that. And, you know, some people say he could have kept that part quiet, but no, it's time for us to show that, you know, we can come together, especially as men, and squash beefs, especially in this industry. I mean, you know, our job is to make people laugh and have a good time. A lot of people don't know the seriousness and the pain a lot of comics, hold inside themselves. And sometimes, we can hold grudges for a long time. I held some grudges for a while. For people that did stuff to me, they did some stuff to me, and I just, thought I didn't want to discuss it or be around them. But then I knew that, I would see them perform, or their name would pop up on my timeline, and we would, we wouldn't do shows together, but I would see them doing the show, and I feel a certain way about them. And then I learned, I said, you know what, let me get this out of my heart and my feelings. And so when I went back to LA, I ran into about 4 of them, but it was 4 people, and each one I apologized. And I apologized, even though they did me wrong, I apologized the way I handled it. I thought I handled it incorrectly, and I could have handled it another way. And I apologize. And I could see the weight off on their face and the weight off their shoulder, that they were happy with. Like, you know what, man, we should never done this. And to this day, we're cool, So I don't have any beefs with anybody in the business. And I mean that sincerely, I might talk junk about me and another person, but sincerely, inside beef, no beef with me at all. None.
Do you think beefs hurt comedians?
Sure
especially with your experience? Go ahead.
It sure does. We won't work together on shows that, it only hurts the fans, it could be a great show with us as a combination of, of comedians together. And we just, be petty about it and stopping people's monies, and, all that ridiculousness. So sure, it can hurt. It definitely can hurt.
Capone, I want to come to you next. What was your reaction when you saw this clip? And did you know of the beef between Rickey Smiley and Arnez?
No, I didn't know about the beef. And I also commend Rickey for bringing it up, I just think comedians mostly have the same similar beef. It's either over money or stealing jokes. And I've been accused of being a joke thief by several different comedians, and being that my name was not out there at the time, and these guys just took my material, and when I said it, it made me out to become the joke thief. I'm glad that I carry my weight, because there was a lot that I wanted to do to a couple of guys that I seen do my material right in my face. And these were the opportunities that I had when I was doing Def Jam and Shaq All Star, and it just changed my stuff around. My style is totally different, but the jokes, you know where they come from, and I'm not afraid to share names with anyone. I had a Earthquake just did a special, and I called him up because there was a very similar joke that we had, and it hurt me because I can genuinely say I love Earthquake. Like, he's one of the dudes that I look up to. I can't wait to see perform. And I think that I was about to handle it messy. And I think I handled it right, though. I called him up and I said, hey, man, that's a similar joke. And he kind of like brushed me to the side. I wish we would have talked about it a little bit more, but it's over with. The joke is his. I did it on TV, and I showed him that I did it on TV, and I brought it to his attention. And I feel like it doesn't need to linger on to be angry or for me to be walking around angry over a joke. I'm very talented. I write a lot. And unfortunately, my star didn't get as big as certain guys' star that use my stuff.
So when you go about handling that, Capone, the right way, you may not get the response. How do you move forward in that? Because something that Rickey Smiley talked about is, just not taking stuff to the public and not, bashing people, which I think you do a great job of not doing that. But what happens, or how do you respond when you may not get the reaction that you were looking for?
Well, I'm a man, and I'm approach you as a man. I called him up, and I called him up very early after I saw it because I was excited to see his special. Earthquake has been through a lot of the things that I've been through. It's just a raw talent that didn't get his break, and now he got his break. And when I saw that, I did get in my feelings. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I called him up, and we had a brief conversation. And you know what? I chuckled it up. I got too much love and respect for the dude. And probably anybody else, I would have probably handled it different. But I think that he's so talented and he worked so hard to get where he's at. I didn't want to tarnish nothing. And I'm not trying to tarnish nothing. But I'm the type of person, I do speak what's on my heart. And that's pretty much where it went.
Absolutely. Now, Capone, it seems that you and Rickey Smiley have a lot in similar. So, Pierre, I want to bring this next question to you because both of them are talking about, just the love and respect, where I may have beef with you, but I'm going to respect you in the public eye. But a lot of people, are seeing these beefs come to the forefront. We saw DL Monique, that was a big one. And a lot of people may be wondering, how can, people in comedy, when comedy is supposed to be a joyous occasion, why do you think beefs exist in comedy when it's supposed to be, happy and jokes and things like that? Pierre, I'll throw that question to you.
Okay, I'm trying to answer two-part. One is it wasn't about respect for these other comics that you didn't hear about the beef. It was not about respect at all. I respect them doing comedy, but I wasn't like respecting them. I didn't want to say nothing like, and I respect what Capone said. He had infinity for Earthquake. I didn't have it for these other people. The reason I didn't want to speak about it, because I know how people get. You're a hater. You're just hating if they're more successful than you. If I speak on it, then I'm the one. If I turn around and tell you 4 people who shitted on me, and then y'all be like, oh, you the one. Everybody hate you the one. You the problem. But I don't need that. But I know I wasn't the problem. It wasn't me. They did it to me. So I didn't want to bring that up. So it wasn't because I respected them. I didn't bring it up. I just didn't want to be part of people thinking that I'm a bitter comic. I hate everybody. Like, no, I just didn't like it. And I got to a certain level, and I said, you know what? Let me just squash it. But comedy, when you're in a money-making business, there's a lot of egos that go along with this business. Anybody's in a powerful position have a lot of egos. It can be rappers, it can be politicians, it can be teachers. Anybody who's in a powerful position, and when you put 2 bulls together who are powerful position, trying to get one thing, well, they consider it thinking one thing, to be the biggest one, you're going to get into a lot of beefs. It's natural. There's a lot of comics who don't like each other. Trust me, there's a lot of comedians, and they work with each other, and they smile in each other's faces because they got to get this money, or they want to get this money. They're not in a situation where they can say, I don't have to work with him and continue to make a lot of money. Some people need to work with other people. I myself, there's people, I don't want to knock out people. I still could use money. I ain't that large that I, can say, no, so I'll work with people I don't like necessarily or agree with, whatever. Don't have a beef with anybody anymore. Like I said, I squash those, but I can work with people I don't like. It's just the nature of the business. It's very competitive. It's very competitive, And a lot of times we fight each other, and it's not even us. It's the outside forces that are making us fight each other. It's not us, but your manager gets someone else in a position, get you in a position that someone else couldn't get in, and that ain't mad at you. Like, they want me. My manager got me in that position. He got me the film. He got me the concert. But other people on the outside look like, man, you. Brother, we all in here to win. A quick story. I remember when Chris Tucker first came to California from Atlanta. He moved very quickly. Within a year or two, he was making money. He was really doing stuff. And a lot of people hated on him because he only had 15 minutes of material. They want his case. But I was like, brother, what you expect him to do? Come to Hollywood and wait in a long line and say, I came in number 100th. I'll wait my 99 people in front of me first make it before I make it. No, whoever makes it first. No, you can't be mad at Chris for moving quickly and you're not moving quickly. Find a way to move quicker in your career. Don't be mad at him for moving quicker. And a lot of times that's where egos start and jealousy and animosity and so forth.
Right.
So, right now, people hate on me because I'm shining on Comedy Hype News. You know what I'm saying? The hate is real.
Paul, let me cut Pierre up because he will go on a rant. Let me bring that same question to you though, Capone. Why do you think, and I think a lot of people may be surprised that, that there are beefs, but why do you think there are beefs happening, or that happens in comedy when comedy is supposed to be like a joyous occasion?
Well, last night I was at the Improv, and like I said, I don't have a problem with names. There's two guys that, for some reason, people think I got this beef with, and I know it's other people talking, and it might have been said through their mouths, which is Corey Holcomb and D. Ray Davis. D. Ray Davis is like one of my favorite people. Because I seen the hustle, I seen the where he come from. I seen when he first started, D-Ray came to my show and got booed, and then came back 2 weeks later and destroyed the room. And so when you see those type of stories and you see somebody grow, that's a forever love. But is D-Ray the type of person that makes you feel uncomfortable as a comedian, that he has become successful? Yeah, I hear it a lot. He's never said it or anything to me, but I've heard Corey say, Capone is a joke thief. I heard somebody said, I never heard D-Ray say it, Capone is, he still jokes. But the love that I have for these cats, I don't even bother for that, and it could easily be beef for somebody saying what they said. But like last night, I was at the Improv. D-Ray gave me such a great introduction, gave me so much love. Whatever has been on his heart or people said, it's not there when we're together. You know what I mean? And I got nothing but love for those cats, even though Corey talks about everybody. But I respect him. I respect that he has the thing on his chest. We had some beef back in the days about some money. And, it's under the table now, and I can laugh about it. And we was about to come to blows. But the mere fact of when you look back at this, and we all become old men, and we share whatever stories, whether they're not so good stories at the time, or just the memories of us rocking together, is a great thing. Because when we was on the Shack tour, we were like brothers, and it was a great feeling. So, it's an up and down situation, man. And I'm just happy that I've grown up enough not to let what people say bother me anymore. Because I was a hothead just like everybody else.
Absolutely. And I must say, it's definitely a beautiful thing. And I think this is a beautiful topic to see men, being able to express themselves and say, if you don't hold me, I'm going to come.
No, I love Capone. You my brother, but nigga, you ain't going to do a 4-minute dissertation, 5 minutes, and I get cut off for going too long. That's the hate. That's the hate I'm talking about. When I talk, I get cut off because going too long, but Capone's laying back and damn near going to sleep on us talking shit. Okay, and you don't say nothing? Come on, man. That's that bullshit.
I'm 3 hours ahead of y'all, man. Come on.
It's all love. It's all love.
No, it ain't. It's dark skin love. It's dark skin love. That's all it is.
Well, Pierre, this is your time. This is your time, Pierre. Are there any beefs that you want to take the time out to end in case they're watching or anything? The floor is yours, Pierre.
I appreciate it. But no, I don't have any beef with any comedian. I sincerely don't have any beef with any comedians. I don't care what y'all see online. We can have fun. Me and another comic can go back and forth on some fun stuff. But I truly don't have any beef with any comic. Hey, any of y'all come on my panic room and have a seat. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll come to y'all shows. So no beef with me.
Capone, I'll ask that same question to you. I know you talked about some beefs that you already had the opportunity to, come to an end and shake hands with and move forward. But are there any beefs, from the past that you would want to, bring to the forefront to end just in case they are watching?
No, I don't have any beefs. None. No, I'm good.
Pierre would like that response. Pierre likes that response. Cut, short, and sweet.
No, it ain't me, it's you.
Now, last thing before we do close out, something that Rickey Smiley did talk about in the beginning of the video, he talks about, just, of course, he wants people to see that comedians can handle situations in a different way or a different light. He talks about that his situation is similar to the DL and Monique. So Pierre, I'll come back to you. How do you think Monique and DL can learn from, the things that Rickey Smiley said in this video?
Well, like Rickey also said, there's some beefs that he has that he ain't gonna settle. Okay, he ain't gonna squash. So this may be a Monique and DL situation where they're not gonna squash it. A lot of venom was spewed between the two, between DL and Monique. That some of it can't be, mended. With, like I said, with Rickey Smiley and Arnez J, we didn't even know they had beef. You know what I'm saying? They kept on the low. When you expose those beefs and venomous words are spread, it's much harder to reconcile. And so with that being said, I don't see they can learn from nothing. They don't need each other. Both of them don't need each other. And it's just a sad stain, like I said before, as us as fans watching them to know that they actually beefing them. Now we know two people who don't like each other. So that's the only sad part about it. But they ain't getting back together. And I don't see it anytime soon or ever. And you know what? At the end of the day, grown folks do grown folk things. If they don't want to mend it, they don't have to mend it, and they won't mend it. So yeah.
I think that's perfectly put. Capone, is there anything that you like to add to that, to something that you think DL and Monique can learn from what Rickey Smiley is saying?
How about the rest of the beef she got? I mean, DL is just the last one. Let's go back to the other ones that maybe need to be reconciled. Monique spoke her heart and spoke what she feel. DL reacted. And I mean, it is what it is. Just because they comedians and, family don't speak together sometimes at all.
Right.
And I'm a witness of that and a person who's experienced that before. You put yourself in a position to where you're just tired and fed up. And that's the way I feel that's going to end in history.
Well, I appreciate you both for chiming in on this topic. Now, speaking of family, before y'all head out, y'all know I like to know what my family has going on. So Capone, I'll start with you. What do you have coming up and how can people follow you?
Hit me up right here on Instagram or Comedian Capone. Go to my website, Comedian Capone. I took a week off just so I'm going because I'm going full speed ahead. I got Chuckles coming up. I got the Met coming up. I got NJ Pack coming up. I got some pretty big arenas. I'm touring with the New York Kings again and also Team Capone at the same time. So I'm just staying busy.
Well, congratulations on that. Pierre, what do you have coming up and how can people follow you?
This Thursday, if you're in the Washington, D.C. area, I'm at City Winery, July 14th. This Thursday, I'll be on the show. Great show. A lot of funny comedians on it. I'm headlining the show there. And if you're in Tulsa, Oklahoma, don't know why you'd be there, but if you're in Tulsa, Oklahoma, God bless you. Now I'm just messing with you. I'll be at the Looney Bin one night, special night Sunday, July 17th. I'll be there with a bunch of comedians. So check me out, between DC and Tulsa, Oklahoma. Season 3 of Pierre's Panic Room has started off this week right here. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? We had my man Rizza Islam for the first show, but they cut that out. Folks, they want that. I was like, wow, damn. But we have a great season, like I said, with TK Kirkland. We got a whole bunch of Ruben Stutter. We got a whole bunch of people coming on for season 3. And you can catch me always on my social media at Comic Pierre. And if you can't catch me in none of those places, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can catch me on Comedy Hype. All right.
I like it. Congratulations on everything to you as well. And again, thank you both for calling and chiming in on this topic. Now you heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Rickey Smiley and Arnez J ending their beef? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.
Put it in them comments.
Yes, put it in the comments because Pierre showed out today. Put it in the comments.
No, I did not. Yeah.
Do you know the comedy culture? Play Comedy Hype, the game. Out now.